this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how you can protect your workbooks and your cells and your sheets. Now, if you want to do this, the reason for doing this is to restrict who can access what. So you put a password on that workbook, and only those that have that password will be able to do changes or access what is in the workbook. So if you come to a sheet now, for example, and you right click on that sheet, you see where we have protect sheet here. That is the option, so you can lock what you want to be locked on this sheet, and also you can also lock the workbook, so you can encrypt with the password, protect correct sheet and all that. So let's first of all see how we can encrypt our sheets. So let's say I have sheet 1. Let me just duplicate this. And let's duplicate this. So I have another sheet there. Let's assume this is a different information. Now I will come on sheet 1 and then see where we have that protect sheet. Click on protect sheet. Now what does it should tell you? So protect all sheet and content of locked cells. So the password to unprotect sheet, which is the password you will decide, and you can now allow your users of this worksheet to select lock cells, select unlock cells, format cells, insert new rows. This is what they'll be able to do. What you did not take is what they won't be able to do. So let me uncheck everything. Let me just say I want them to do everything unless delete rows and columns or edit objects. You'll not be able to edit anything. You'll not be able to insert columns or insert rows also. So let me set the password here, and then I click on OK. Ask me for the password again. Click on OK. Okay, let me check it again. Password. Click on OK. Make sure your passwords are identical. Then I click on OK again. And so now we have been able to protect that sheet. So if I come here now, you see it's not even allowing me to select anything. I can't select anything here because I did not say. If I come here and I want to insert, see what I have here? Nothing. Everything is grayed out here because I can't do any of those things. If I come here, come to unprotect, it asks my password. So remember, I have locked this so that no changes will be able to be done to this. You can only just view it alone. Because this side I have not protected. You see that I can select cells, I can move around. But for this side, I cannot select cell. So when I try to do that, I say the cell or chart you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make a change on protect the sheet, you might be requested to enter a password. So for me to be able to make a change here, let's say I'm the person that has that level of authorization and I have the password. Once I open this file, the file is sent to me. Once I open this file, I will protect the sheet and I put the password. And once I do that, see that I have access to this. And if you start right clicking, you can see nothing is grayed out again. I can change anything I want to change in that sheet. So that's one way to go about it. Take note that when you're protecting your sheets, you can afford to, you can enable your user to do a couple of things. So me, I unselected a few things. For example, if I put select lock and select unlocked cells and I clicked on OK, see we can select them, but you cannot change them. In the first time I did not put select, that's why you could not hover around these guys, but once you come here, you see you can still do a couple of things, but a couple of things have been grayed out here, unlike here where you can do everything because there's no protection on this sheet compared to this sheet where we have a couple of things protected. You can't format cells, you can't do all this. But I said they should be able to insert and delete and clear contents. So that's why we have that there. So that's one way to protect your data in an Excel workbook. Another way to go about it is to encrypt the workbook. So to do that, see what we have here. You can encrypt this workbook to protect this workbook. So here it says one or more sheets in this workbook have been locked to prevent unwanted changes in data. So if I say I want to encrypt this, so to require a password to open this workbook, if I come here, and you need to be careful when you're doing this, because if you forget the password, you will not be able to access the file later. So I've put the password, remember they are case sensitive, and then I have done this. Now this sheet is protected, this workbook is also protected. So if I save this now, let me go and save this somewhere. Let me come here. Let me come here and then just put it here. So I'm going to save this as protected workbook. Okay, so I click on save, and once this saves, and let's say I send it to whoever I expect to access this, and then I tell them to open this up. So they will come to, it has been sent to them, so let them just open it up so they'll see what we have there. So let me go to where I saved this. Save this somewhere here. Protected workbook. Alright. So now let's see what happens when I try to open this up. It's going to ask me for a password, and also it's going to ask me for a password when I want to encrypt. So see, the protected workbook, the whole workbook is protected. So I need to put a password here. So if I know the password, that means if you do not know this password, you will not be able to access this workbook. So I click on password and put on OK, and then it opens up the workbook for me. So you see that this is an amazing way for you to protect your workbooks. If I want to unlock a sheet, see here, this sheet is protected, so I cannot change nothing. Try to change something in that sheet, tells me you sell or chart you're trying to change is on a protected sheet, so I can't change anything. So for me to unprotect this sheet, for me to make sure that this sheet is protected, all I will have to do is to make sure that I unprotect the sheet. And to unprotect the sheet, I come here, click on unprotect if I wanted to make changes, and I am the one that knows okay, now come to the sheet, sorry, click on this, click protect. Now take note that after we have opened the sheet, after we have encrypted the sheet, we just clicked to unprotect the sheet and it unprotected the sheet. But now if I come on to this workbook that is locked, and then I encrypt this sheet, so I lock the sheet again, and let's see now, see that we still have this and we cannot change anything because it requires a password. So that's that. And if you come here, you see that it's this telling us that a password is required a password is required to open this workbook, and also some sheets are unlocked. So that's one thing take note of. And see, as it is locked, if I try to unprotect it, it asks for the password. I put the password, and then I'm now able to access the sheet and do what I want to do with it. So take note of that. If you're trying to protect your workbooks, try to restrict access to a certain group of people, you can be able to do that, or trying to restrict what they can do on that workbook, editing of changes they can effect on that workbook. You can also do that using this encryption. I'll see you in the next video.